Well, y'all the one y'all let hire, we can't go to the other. They gave you something. I get a chance to meet him. Okay.
Good afternoon. Today I'm here to provide details on an officer-involved shooting that took place on July 5th, 2025 at approximately 2:20 a.m. in Deep Valley. There are two groups that were involved in several altercations. They were fighting. One group walked to a parking lot in the 2600 block of Canton Street. The second group followed. The two groups continued fighting. Several shots were fired. Multiple people were shot. Officers were flagged down in the 100 block of Good Latimer Express by a victim that was shot several times. Officers rendered first aid to this victim, and officers were alerted to the gunshots coming from just south of the location. Officers stayed with the victims, and several more began searching for the suspects. Officers entered the parking lot and found the victim suffering from gunshot wounds. Officers again rendered aid. Two officers stayed with the victim. Two more officers saw a 19-year-old Tevin Valentine with a gun in his hand, standing over a man laying on the ground, who was later identified as Caleb Fritz. At this time, Officer Louis Garza and another officer gave loud verbal commands to Valentine to put his gun down. Valentine started running and pointed his gun in the direction of Officer Garza. Officer Garza fired one round from his rifle, hitting Valentine, causing him to go to the ground and drop his gun. Officers immediately began providing medical treatment to Valentine. 3 victims of Valentine was transported to the local hospital for treatment. 2 more gunshot wounded victims arrived at the hospital by unknown means. Mr. Fritz died at the hospital. 3 guns were recovered, including Valentine's gun. The gun that Valentine pointed in the direction of Officer Garza was stolen in 2022 from the city of University Park. No officers were injured in this incident. This is an ongoing investigation being conducted by the Dallas Police Department Special Investigation Unit. The Dallas City County Attorney's Office was notified, responded, and will conduct their investigation. The Office of Community Police Oversight was also notified and has been briefed on this incident. To be fully transparent, the Dallas Police Department is releasing the body-worn camera footage and video at this time.
Come here, secure these guns. Secure these guns, hey? CPR on them. Let's get that started, bro. I got to them. Yo, hey! Give me one more over here! Give me one more over here now! What are you shot at? What are you shot? Look. We got you, hold on.
Just hang tight, dude. Where's it at?
Right, it's in the place.
Try to get back.
Hey, stay with me, right? Hey, you keep talking to me, alright? You still keep talking to me. I got ideas coming for you. What's your name?
Provide a little bit more information. Officer Lewis Dawes has been a member of the Dallas Police Department since April of 2020. Before taking any questions, I want to make it clear that this is two separate investigations right now. We have an officer-involved shooting, and we have the murder of Mr. Fritz. I cannot go into any details that would compromise the murder investigation, but we will take all the questions on the officer-involved shooting.
Chief, can you walk through the visual timeline? You see the officer, and then the 19-year-old who didn't drop the gun received that shooting. Who is the person that the officer then runs over to? Is that the person that he fired his weapon at, or is that someone else who was injured? Just to clear that.
So, Mr. Valentine is the first person he runs to, secures the weapon, make sure that medical attention is given to that Mr. Valentine. Then the officer goes to the other victim, Mr. Fritz, making sure that there was guns on the ground there, making sure those guns are secured, and then leading officers to assist him with performing CPR on Mr. Fritz.
Just say your first and last name so we have it.
Deputy Chief Wayne Griffin.
Chief, can you talk about just the kind of chaotic scene that officers showed up at on Saturday morning?
Yeah, well, no. You have people running everywhere. The officers did an amazing job trying to figure out everything that was going on. They listened to those who were there, who were saying where the shooter was, the direction it was coming from. Obviously, you saw a lot going on. And the officers was taking in the information and definitely trying to keep everyone safe that was in the area.
Can you confirm how many people were shot?
It's a total of 6 that were shot.
And that includes Fritz.
Correct.
I know the family has said that Valentine was, standing over his friend's body and he was obviously in a panic because he'd been shot, but according to the video, he was running away from officers. Is that correct?
Yes, he was running away from officers.
And then another question I have is, I know this is, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is an area, there's a heavy police presence already there. This is an area that has seen a lot of crime, and so we've taken measures to kind of prevent incidents like that from happening. So how does this still happen, being that we had a heavy police presence, and, this is an area that you guys have already taken measures in to try to prevent this from happening?
Look, we're doing everything possible to keep everyone safe throughout the city of Dallas. We will continue to do that, but we really need help from the communities and organizations to help us do that.
So what other measures need to be taken at this point? Because it seems like we put police there, And I know that this isn't your fault, but things are still happening, it's still a violent area.
But we just can't give up. We have to continue to work to try to keep everyone safe and really start working with the communities even more so to try to stop violence like this from happening.
Chief, can you kind of explain what your homicide detectives need from the public? Because it sounds like the person who committed this homicide and shot other people is not in custody.
Yes, sir. So we're still reviewing video out there. We're also still making contact with the witnesses that come about. But they take it small with the special investigation units, the lead detective on that. If you just send an email or call crimes against persons, if you have any information regarding the murder or the shooting that occurred out there, we would really appreciate it.
To what extent are, I know there's flock cameras and lots of eyes that are not just human eyes that are in Deep Ellum. How is that assisting you, or what more do you need from the public?
So we're just going over all the video out there. There is a lot of video out there, and we're still going over the officers' body on camera who were working out there that night. So if anybody has any other additional video, phone video, or anything like that that might be relevant to this investigation, we ask you to come forward so we can review that as well.
Do you have a sense if the people who may have shot Kaylin were involved in any previous altercations with members of the public at a separate location in Deep Ellum? That's something we've seen unverified video, and also hearing from family that whoever this group was, they seem to be maybe been traveling around and causing problems.
So there was a disturbance with some individuals out there. It's still part of the investigation. I don't want to give you a great deal of detail with that. So just go out and figure out everything that's going on out there. But there was some disturbances prior to the shooting.
At this time, and you said where Valentine was shot on his body.
He was shot in the lower groin area on his right side.
And where is he currently?
He's still recovering in the hospital.
And has charges been presented at this time?
No, the investigation is still ongoing. We're still preliminary looking at all the facts and determine what occurred out there.
We'll take about 2 more questions.
Real quick, Chief, do you mind just explaining some of the measures that have been taken in Deep Ellum? Because again, this is an area that has been ravaged with crime, and what are we doing to make sure this doesn't happen right now?
Look, we have extra officers working out there. We have some officers working extra jobs for some establishments out there. We've even brought mounted patrol out there in the area. And we're going to continue to figure out ways to keep everybody safe in the area.
So additional patrols and what else?
We have what we call a Deep Ellum task force that's working the area.
Last question.
Do you have a sense of how many people you might be looking for at this point as it relates to this homicide investigation?
Could you repeat the question, sir?
How many suspects you may be looking for?
We don't know at this point. We're just still preliminary in the stages, so we do not know how many suspects involved. I don't want to get any details of everything that went on in there, but there were several people shooting out there, so we're still looking at exactly what happened and who did what.
More than one, potentially?
More than one, yes, sir.
This isn't a question, but could you spell Valentine's first and last name and also his first and last name?
Valentine's first and last name is.
Everything will also be on dpv.com. Video that you've seen here and the verbiage that was recited here today, it will all be on dpv.com. You'll have that spelling and all of that. Thank you all so much.
Thanks, everybody.